Welcome everyone to a new Civ 6 tier list video. Today we're doing wonders, as we did natural wonders last time, and we'll keep with the wonder theme. And I'm here with Aaron.
Hey guys, sorry for my voice. My apologies in advance.
Yeah, Aaron got flamed last time for having like a stupid voice. It's pretty funny, and obviously we flamed him too. It was good. It was good.
It's the audio, not my actual voice.
Sure. Real. Editing fuck up, you know, like, I don't know. Alhambra. Medieval era, you get it in castles. 2 amenities, 1 great general point per turn, 1 military policy slot, provides the same defensive bonus as a fort. And it has to be built on hills adjacent to an encampment district. Okay, the placement isn't too hard. I think we have to look at the placement first, because like if that shit like for some example, the Great Zimbabwe that I can see is like underneath this Alhambra here, that shit fucking takes like, because you have to be like beside a cow, beside a market, or some shit. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So the actual placement isn't bad. Medieval era, so it's got to be A tier. I don't know, like medieval era is still early on. Like it's not like again, okay. For example, this next wonder I think is super strong, but you get it all the way in the atomic era, and because you get it so late, it becomes kind of bad. But this being in the medieval era is good. It gives you literally a military policy slot that's already god tier. 2 amenities, that's just an extra bonus because you get that amenity. Every video I pop this amenity thing. I just gotta like save this picture to always use it. And it gives you a good general point. And it gives you a fort. So I guess you could do a fort.
Okay. I say the military policy slot. Since I played Germany all the time, I realized the value of just having 1 for a regular player.
Real, because you kind of have this bonus of default.
Okay. +2 amenities is really good too.
Yeah,
that's just good. Great general point is meh. I don't really care too much about that.
What's an extra? It's like an extra little nice thing.
And the fort is like meh.
Same as the fort. Yeah, it's just like it's like okay.
But the policy slot is really.
That's right. It's got to be at least A tier, and it's not that hard to build. You know what I mean?
I think A tier is for now.
Yeah, we'll also move it. Like if another thing goes A tier, we'll order in the list, like every other list we'd be doing. But
okay, Munson Scott Research Station. +5 great scientist points per turn, +20% science and 10% production in all your cities. The yields are doubled if there are 5 snow or snow hill tiles within 3 tiles of a city owned by this player. And must be built on a snow or snow hills tiles next to a campus with a research lab. And it's an atomic era wonder.
And you get into rapid deployment.
Okay.
Which I think is a civic.
Yeah.
I guess half.
It's really late game call.
I guess half these are
so
civics. Okay, sorry, go.
Okay, this thing is really late game, and even though the bonus is really good, it's kind of, I feel like it's difficult to justify because, like, okay, here's the thing: even if you have a campus built late game in the snow, and you spend all the time building this, how much are you really gonna yield? Because this thing is so late in the production. Like, it's nice, but it's not.
I agree. I think this wonder being in the atomic era just makes it dog shit. Like if you got this in like the medieval era or like the classical era, it'd probably be the best wonder in the game. The only problem with this too is that even if let's say okay, you get in the atomic era, which is already late, you need 5 snow hills. I guess you don't need 5, but you have to put a campus beside snow. It must be built on snow beside a campus. Like when do you ever put campuses in snow?
I already did.
Because you either put them beside jungles, reefs, or mountains. The only thing I can think of is there's a mountain range in the tundra and you put it there. It's the only thing I could think of. This is probably... I think it's a D tier. Why would you ever do this? Like, why would you ever just get this wonder? I think this wonder is just not good.
Yeah, you're right, D tier. Yeah, because it's just so bad.
Yeah, just too late in the game where it's just like, when the game's probably over by then, but even if it's not over, it's like I'd rather build other wonders, buildings to catch up with like fucking units in case I'm getting invaded. Like it's just not. It's not even worth to build in my opinion.
I agree with that.
And the snow just hinders it too. Like it having to be built in snow is just makes it worse. Agner Watt, 2 faith, 1 population in all cities when built, 1 housing in all cities. And it's medieval. You get it with medieval fairs, and it must be built adjacent to an aqueduct district. This is why I can never build this wonder because I never built aqueducts. I just realized this now. I never see this wonder. I don't even know what it did, honestly. It's pretty good. 1 population, all your cities, pretty fire. It gives you a housing, so you don't have to. It doesn't give you an amenity though. You know what I mean? So this could fuck your amenities up pretty hard. And because of that, I think B tier. Because I think 1 population, all your cities, especially if you're like 10 cities, right? This is 10 free populate. Like, right? It obviously depends how many cities you have. It's stronger the more cities you have. Aqueducts isn't a lot
I
of
think
like,
they're
I
really
don't build,
good.
yeah, I don't build them, but a lot of people build them, and it's just a build beside an aqueduct. It's not like an aqueduct on a hill on a flat land. It's really just build beside an aqueduct. Like that's an easy requirement. I just think because it doesn't give you an amenity in each of your cities too, which that would be kind of fucking broken. I'm not gonna lie, that'd be really strong. But because of this, could act this like if you get one population, all your amenities would go down, right?
Yeah.
So I feel
agree.
like if you're not looking at that and you get this, that might actually hinder you a bit. But if you have the amenities to spare, like if you plan ahead, then this is actually a pretty good one. That's why I think it's B tier.
Yeah, I agree with the B tier. It's not too great, but it's one pop and one housing is like okay, it pays for itself in terms of population, except with the amenities, and it's not too hard to build for me. But I never actually build it, so
exactly, yeah. But again, it's I don't know. I think one population is pretty good.
Okay, we'll keep it in B for now.
Yeah, we'll move it if stuff be happening.
Apadana. This is a classical era wonder that gives you +2 great work slots and +2 envoys when you build a wonder, including Apadana in this city, and must be adjacent to your capital. Okay, I think this one is straight up dog shit.
Okay, see, you don't play culture. This is one of the greatest wonders to get culture, because just getting great work slots is just super good. It's any great work slots. It's not writing or art. It's anything. You put anything in there. And the wonders, like that 2 envoy things, especially if you do a culture game, because you're building the Bolshevik theater, you're building like a bunch of fucking wonders. If you're doing culture, this stacks, and you know it's strong too. This is kind of like this shouldn't really affect it, but in better balance game it gets nerfed. Thus, it's strong in the base game. This is you say dog shit because you don't go culture, Aaron. I would put this A tier easily. I would easily put this A tier. This is such a good wonder to get, and you get it really early too.
So like, what you're saying?
Because for you, this is probably a useless wonder. Because again, you don't use great works. But for like, trust me, as a culture player, I always try to beeline this as fast as I can because this is so god tier. And then the envoys is just super good too. How many times I'm like, I'll build. Let's say I get like 2 wonders back to back. That's 4 envoys for free. The free like 1 science, like if it's a science city state, 1 science on my libraries, 3 science in my universities or whatever the fuck, 2 science, whatever it is. Super good. This is a super god tier wonder. This is actually one. I want to put it S tier, but I'll put it A because if you don't go culture, it's not the greatest, but it's still really good. It's essential. Basically, what I'm trying to say is, if you go culture, this is essential. Like, try to build this.
Okay, I didn't look at it from a culture perspective because I don't go culture.
Yeah, that's fair though. That's fair.
I'll defer to you on that.
Yeah. Big Ben. 6 gold, 3 great merchant points. I don't know, I stopped it. 3 great merchant points per turn, 1 economic policy slot. Upon completion, the treasury is increased by 50%. It's industrial era wonder, you get it in economics, and it must be built next to a river, adjacent to a commercial hub with a district with a bank. This is probably S tier.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah,
6 gold. Okay, let's just go through every ability. 6 gold a turn, just nice. Like, it's not crazy. You get a lot of gold in this game. That's something I do feel. Something I don't like about Civ 6 as much is that you get fucking stacks upon stacks upon stacks. Like, it's really easy to get money in this game. But 6 gold is still nice. 3 great merchant points is nice. 1 economic poly slot. That's the big one. Like, that's probably besides wild card. That's the best one in the game. Like, it goes like wild card, economic, probably military, diplomatic. That's what I would rate them. So that's god tier. You have 50% gold in your treasury. So obviously that depends how much money you have. Like if you have like $10, then obviously it's giving you like 5. But if you have like 5,000, you're getting 2,500 gold for free is god tier. And the last thing too, the requirements must be built next to a river or just to a commercial hub. I feel like you build usually commercial hubs on rivers. Anyway.
Yeah, you get a +2 adjacency.
Yeah, like 2 or even I think it could be like 3. Is it by like each adjacent river? I don't know how it works. I think it could be like up to 3 or 4, even if it's like a bunch of rivers.
Yeah, at least +2, you know.
Yeah, exactly. You usually build commercial hubs, I feel like, on rivers anyway. So this is just like it'll be fine. Any insight on that?
I was gonna say S tier just because it's so like you already highlighted the reason why it's so good. Like I can't really.
Exactly. It's god tier.
Biosphere +1 appeal to tiles adjacent to rainforest and marsh in your empire. +200% power for all offshore wind farms, solar farms, wind farms, geothermal plants, hydroelectric dams, and this building and these improvements provide tourism equal to their power. It's atomic era, and it must be built next to a river adjacent to a neighborhood. That's why I never built it.
Yeah, neighborhoods are pretty bad.
This thing would be pretty decent if it wasn't next to the neighborhood. So I think it's atomic era. Well, atomic era is not a problem because that's when you generally get the power stuff anyway. And I don't know about the tourism because I don't deal with culture.
Apparently, Okay, I was just gonna, but I never build this either. But apparently, this is actually really good for tourism too. But I never build this.
Okay, so I would put it C tier just because I think it's really difficult to justify getting a neighborhood.
I agree. Neighborhoods are pretty bad. Yeah, apparently though, this is really good for tourism. Like apparently, this is really good. I think I sleep on this wonder a lot, but it's just also just, like by the atomic era. Again, like I don't know. I feel like I'd rather build other things in it.
I'd agree with that. I think C tier.
Yeah, I agree. Bolshoi Theater. I always call this Bolshevik Theater. I don't know why I'm fucking stupid.
Oh,
Bolshoi Theater. I am, buddy. It's Russian. I'm pretty sure this is Russian too. Like of Moscow, there it is. It's literally in Moscow. 2 great writers, points per turn. 2 great musician points per turn. 1 great work of writing. 1 great work of music. Awards 2 randomly chosen civics when completed. You get in the industrial era at opera and ballet, and it must be built on flatlands used to a theater square district. Okay, requirements aren't too hard to get. Sometimes I'll be like, oh fuck, that guy already used those. Like I used the adjacent flatland tile near my district. Like let's say there's like 2 hills and like a whole bunch of things. It's like, oh, I used another fucking. I built other wonders on there or something. So this could be restrictive sometimes. This is a pretty good wonder. I'd put it top of B. I think I'd put it above Agner Watt, but it's because
this is like the only. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say because I do culture most of the time. Like I am the culture guy, so obviously I'm gonna probably have a little more bias towards culture wonders. I feel the 2 randomly chosen civics are pretty good, but you have to sometimes if I ever get in this wonder, I'll have to go get like naval tradition. Because
else it's gonna give it.
Yes, because it'll give you that and, like theology at the bottom. Like that's fucking wasted. So I at least try to get like. I'll try to get at least one of them. So usually naval tradition I'll get because by this turn it's like 1 turn. So I'm only wasting 1 turn on it. And then it's like, even if I get theology, at least I'm getting like a good civic too. So I'm getting at least 1 free civic, or I roll a dice and get 2 good civics. I'd put it B. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I honestly very rarely build this, but when I do, I'm very happy with this one. The culture wonders, I actually say, you know what, like I like this.
Yeah,
so
it's got a great work of writing, great thing. The only thing too, for me, again, I'm the culture guy. I'll try to build this. But if I don't get it in a culture game, I'm not that upset. Like, if I don't get the Oppa Honda, I'm actually upset. I'm like, fuck, like, that's gonna hinder me. This, it's like, it'll obviously it's beneficial. Like, it'll spring me forward, but it's not the end of the world. The only question I have for you now, Aaron, is this worse than Agner Watt or better? Because you gotta look at the entire game. You can't just think like, oh, from a culture lens, obviously it's better, but in the entire game, is Agner Watt better?
I think it's better than Agner Watt. I actually built this more than Agner Watt, and it's even harder for me to build.
Okay, yeah, so I don't think it's A tier, though. I don't think I could give it to A tier. I mean, the 2 randomly chosen civics could be, like, if you get 2 fucking god tier ones, you know what I mean? Like, 2, like, ones that are, like, that could save you, like, let's say, like, 15 turns. So it's, like, 7 turns each to get a civic, and you get 2 of them right off bat. It's 14 turns saved of civics, right? So that could be good, but it's random is the only issue there. If you could choose, it'd be really good. But I think B. I think it'll probably stay top B though. Like it'll hover top B.
Broadway Modern Era Wonder. So it's +3 great writer and great musician points per turn, +1 great work of writing slot, +2 great music slots, +20% culture. Gain a free random atomic era civic and must be on flatland next to a theater square. All right, just to compare this to
you get in the modern era at mass media.
Oh, yeah, that's you. Yeah, okay. Compare this to this one. You're getting +1 more on the great people points. You're getting +1 more great music slot.
Real.
You're only getting 1 free tech, but it's a atomic era.
But it's a boost. But it's a boost. It's not the actual civic. It's a boost. So you're getting the Eureka. You're getting a free Eureka or whatever the civic inspiration is.
If you already have the Eureka, you get the tech for then straight up, right? Or no?
No, I think how this works is it gives you a boost that you don't have. If you have all of them, I think it's actually just useless. But usually you're not going to have all of them, right? I feel like you're not going to have all of them.
Okay, yeah, I think +20% culture, that's...
In the city. Only in the city, but if you get this in like your main culture city, yeah, this is good. I would put this A tier. Probably really good. It's modern, and modern is when culture starts to really snowball. So if you get this to like just help the snowball start going, like you start pushing that shit down the hill, you know, like this is good. This is really good. I'd probably put it right there where I have it, but... If you want, do you think it's...
I agree with that.
Okay. Again, the thing with the culture ones, for you don't know culture as much.
I don't really know culture at all.
Yeah, it's like when we get to the religion wonders, like, buddy, I don't know. It would be like A, B, like, you know. Yeah, okay. Casa di Contracesión. I don't know if I said that right, but 3 great merchant points per turn. Gain 3 governor promotions. All your cities on your non-home continent with a governor gain 15 production, 15 faith, and 15 gold. Must be adjacent. Must build it adjacent to a government plaza. Get in the Renaissance and cartography, so you get like mid game. I'm gonna keep it real. Reading the ability, this is good. I never build this. I also know what it might be because I also build small. Like I build tall, not wide, so I don't really have cities. Like if you have like fucking like 8 cities on a different continent, then you're getting 15 production, 15 faith, 15 gold, and all those cities. Yeah, this obviously got to. But for me, I'm usually like I'm in my little corner, and usually it's the same continent, and or if it's not, I'll maybe have like 1 city on the other continent. The 3 governor promotions is nice. Merchant points is nice. I think this is pretty good. I'm trying to think like okay, outside of me, because I don't really get a lot of cities, but outside of me, I would probably put this A tier. Like it's really good. 15 production in every city, not on your continent, is really good. Your non-home continent, I should say. Oh, with the governor, though, I just realized that. That makes it worse.
Okay.
I think that makes it worse, because it has to be with a governor. I thought it was just every city not on your continent. I was like, oh, that's actually really good. I'm popping a B tier.
I think it just has. I never build it.
I never built it.
I don't think maybe once when I was playing England and then role-playing with real-life England, getting colonies. But otherwise, it's not good.
Do you want to put
I'd put it like D.
You think D? I don't know if it's D. I'll put a C. I'll put it C. I don't build it, but look at that. Like 3 governor potions is good though. That's what I'm saying. There's no the restriction is a government plaza. Like obviously you have a government plaza, but that usually means you only get built in 1 city. That's something we have to think because you only get one. You only get one you only get 1 government plaza in your empire, so you could technically only build it in that city. So that is something to keep in mind. So you can't just like have a random city be like, oh, I have nothing to build, I might as well build this. You know what I mean? Like you have to build it in that city.
I was gonna say. Oh yeah, basically, unless you're willing to build this for the 3 government promotions, I don't think it's really something you could really get at all. Like, how many times are you even going to benefit from 1 city from this? Most of the time, probably not.
Yeah, I agree. Especially, there's like 7 governors in the game? So, like, realistically, only 7 cities, in theory, could benefit from this. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like if you have like 20 cities, let's say, which is a fuck ton. Let's say you have 20 cities, you only have 7. Like, is it 7 or 8 governors? I don't know the amount. But it's like 7 or 8. So basically, you're getting only 7 to 8 cities realistically could utilize this, which is still a lot, I guess. But obviously, like, you're not taking Pangala out of your main city. Like that guy's like you need him, especially without better balanced game because he does science and culture, right? Like you're not moving Pangala out of your capital. But yeah, I'm okay with C tier.
Yeah, Shishin eats medieval era wonder. It gives you +2 culture and +1 production to all rainforest tiles in this city. Must be built on a rainforest, and it's 7-10 production. You need it from guilds, which is fairly simple to get. I think you just need 2 markets, which is for the Eureka, so it's pretty.
It's actually you get it. I don't even know how to get guilds. But yeah, guilds is like it's in the middle. Again, medieval era. It's a pretty like it leads to a lot of shit too in the civic tree. So like it's not like out of the way.
I usually chop down my rainforest, so for me to be like this is valuable, I don't even think I built it once.
Okay, that's fair. See, for me, because we're used to better balanced game. In better balanced game, this is really good because it's 2 culture, 1 production to rainforest in your empire. Your entire this is just the city. So if you only have like 2 unless you have like a giant rainforest, it's kind of not good. I'd probably put this top of C tier. I don't think this is good. It's in that unless you have a gigantic rainforest that you could really utilize it. It's not even worth the build. And like if you had a bunch of rainforests in that city, it's good. But besides that, like even if you have like I would probably get this if I had maybe like 4 rainforests.
Yeah, that's a fair point. I don't really build it, but
yeah, like in better balanced game, it's probably A tier because you usually have like a decent amount of rainforest just in your empire, and it just gives them all a bunch of.
That's if you're Brazil.
Yeah, but again, like that's like 1 civ could utilize this better than like you know what I mean. Like it's hard. I think it's hard. But yeah, you okay? C tier, top C.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Colosseum, 2 culture and 2 amenities. And 2 loyalty to each city center within 6 tiles. It must be built adjacent on a flat land to an entertainment complex with an arena. And you get in the classical era games direct, so you get this nice and early on. This is S tier wonder. We never built this. Like we play better balanced games, obviously a little different. But even in the base game, I feel like we never built this. But this was apparently like you needed to rush this wonder. But like 2 amenities in all your cities within 6 tiles. This is probably going to benefit at least like 3 cities, I would say, if you build it, if you plan correctly. So just getting 2, you're getting 6 culture a turn, which isn't which is nice. Like, it's not crazy. In the classical era, it's nicer. Obviously, the later eras, it gets worse because you get more culture. But early on, it's like it's just a nice little culture boost. But then the 2 amenities in all those cities, especially your capital, is probably gonna have it. And that's like, and then you get that amenity list where it's like you get extra amenities, and it gives you like a 10% bonus to all your yields. Like, this is just god tier.
But it must be built next to an entertainment complex. How often do you build that, especially early?
True, but I think this wonder is good enough that you would plan, like, you want, like, if you plan properly, you will build an entertainment complex just to get this wonder. That's what I think. Early on, Aaron, if you go look at any other tier list, everyone, we and you always think, neither of us built this fucking wonder. Neither of us built this wonder. You go look at a fucking tier list, everyone has this at S tier. And I kind of agree. I understand why the amenities are just too nice. The amenity,
Okay.
it's just too.
No.
It's just. I think it's just too nice to. I think Big Ben's better, in my opinion. But the two amenities 10 yields to everything. Like, let's say, like, was that like 10 plus yield to everything, or 5 plus yield to everything in those cities? Like, that's super god tier. I don't know. If you look at other lists that has the S tier, and like you can't really, unless we're trying to be different. But like, I kind of see. I can see why it's S tier. You know what I mean? Even though we we sleep on this, but.
I can agree with that. It is. I remember it being like when I first learned this game, you were building this and you were saying that's like a god tier wonder, and like I remember I built it a few times and I was like, yeah, this is really good.
Yeah,
but now I don't build a entertainment complex. So
that's what it is, yeah. Because I don't build out a camp, especially early on, like you said, like in the classical era, I don't fucking build. Building.
Okay, I'm good with that.
Yeah.
We have Colossus, a classical era wonder. +3 gold, +1 great admiral points per turn, +1 trader at capacity. Again, gives you a trader 2 for free, and it must be on the coast adjacent to a harbor district. Okay, so for naval civs, where you actually build a harbor, I think this is fairly decent, but everyone else, I don't see you building.
The thing I would say here, the good thing here is that you just get one trader capacity, which is nice. So you just always have an extra trader. You doesn't have to be a water trader. You always have an extra trader capacity. Especially if you're not building a lot of markets. The only way you get trader capacity pictures like markets and harbors, right? So you're basically, well, we have a harbor here. I'm assuming you have a lighthouse, which gives you it. So you're getting already one from that, and then you get another one. So the city would at least give you 2 trader capacity, and it gives you a free trader, which is nice too. So you don't even have to waste production on building it. I think this is, I think B tier. I think B tier. It's good. It's good. It's not game changing. I don't think it's game changing. Like, holy shit, you should rush this wonder. Like, it's gonna make you snowball, but it's beneficial. Like, if you could build it, build it. That's how I see this. If you can build it, build it.
Yeah, I'm not. I'll put a B tier. Yeah.
Yeah. Right there's fine too. After, like, before Agnerwatt. So Agnerwatt is better.
Yeah, I think it's more useful than Agnerwatt.
You think it's more useful than Agnerwatt, so you want it above Agnerwatt.
Yeah.
Bolshevik Theater is better. No, okay, again, I'm saying this one.
Yeah, we'll put it right before Agnerwatt. It's definitely worse than Bolshevik. I mean Bolshoi.
Yeah, see, you're on there. Cristo Redentor. For culture, tourism output from relics and holy cities is not diminished by other civilizations who have reached the Enlightenment civic. Doubles tourism output of seaside resorts across your civilization. And you have to just build it on hills, no district requirements, and you obviously you have fucking hills in your city. You get in the modern era at mass media. But yeah, this is the thing is, it's hard to get relics tourism because it's the Enlightenment is any religious tourism. Like I think relics is the only thing. I don't know what other religious things give you tourism, or that's considered religious tourism. Maybe like special buildings, or maybe your holy city gets it too. I don't know. We never go fucking religion, so me and Aaron don't know this. But tourism, it only cuts it in half, and I feel like most of your tourism is coming from writing, art, and music anyway, or like natural parks or something like ski resorts. So this isn't that crazy. Double tourism seaside resorts is good though, but I think seaside resorts are too hard to get, in my opinion. I think like they're too, because you need super appeal on them. For seaside resorts, you need a minimum of 4 appeal on the tile, which is breathtaking. That's why I think it's too hard to get seaside resorts, in my opinion. I think it's the requirements are too high, but it's good, but like I maybe put it B. I put it below Bolshevik Theater, I'll be honest.
But for me, well, actually, I don't play religion. Okay, I heard it's really good for religion. So you know what?
Well, no, because it's just relics don't. Again, because all it does for religion is that your relics give full tourism. It's not cut in half. That's it. Again, I don't know if holy cities do it. Like, that's the problem. I don't know. You want to put it higher then?
I'd want to put it A just because I know it's good for religion.
Okay. No, I'll agree. I'll put it above Broadway though. I'll put it there because yeah, I don't know, but sure. No, this was we're a little wish-washy in this one, but it's fine there.
Eiffel Tower, modern era wonder that you need steel to get. All tiles in your civilization gain +2 appeal and must be in a flat land adjacent to the city center. Okay, is this good in culture or no? You tell me.
Appeal's just nice, because appeal could get you, because it's all tiles in your civilization. It's not just the city, it's your entire civ, and you need, like, I think, like, for natural parks, which I think are super god tier for culture, and even sees this goes with Christ the Redeemer too, because it gives you more appeal on tiles, so you get easier seaside resorts. So that seaside resorts can give you more fucking tourism. Like, right, this actually combos nice with Christ the Redeemer. This is pretty good. It's probably better than Christ the Redeemer, honestly. And then having more appeal on tiles. If you have neighborhoods, me and you don't build neighborhoods because spies just ruin neighborhoods, really. But obviously, you get more housing the higher the appeal. So this could boost your neighborhoods. If you build preserves, I guess this could boost your preserves. You could build natural parks easier because more tiles have better appeal, so you can hit the requirements easier. Yeah, I think this is a solid A tier. I don't think it's S. I think it's a solid A tier.
Yeah, I agree with that. I don't know much about culture, but if you say it's A tier.
Yeah, I think it's pretty good. Because I think it has... I guess it'd be only for like appeal is... It's still nice, I guess. I don't know. And if you're like America, let's say, and then you get like +1 science and culture on like breathtaking appeal or whatever the fuck it is, like obviously that could stack on this too. But obviously that's one civ out of like the 50 or 60 civs in the game, whatever. I don't know how many civs are in the game. Yeah, I'd put it A tier. I don't know. Like it's not essential though. Like that's the thing. That's the only thing that's like if I don't really like I need this wonder. Like Honda, I want every game. The Alhambra too, if I can, like I'll build it. Even Broadway, but this like the Eiffel Tower, I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll get it. It's one of those. Yeah, sure, I'll get it. Like, it's good.
Okay, if it's like that, like, yeah, I would not.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I don't know why I have it on A, but I still feel like it's good. It's good enough to be like A, but it's good enough to be A.
If it's good enough to be A, it's something you want, I feel. That's the way I would treat it.
Yeah, but at the same time, like, okay, let's look at Big Ben, for example. Big Ben, I don't go out of my way to build Ben, and we have that in S tier. Like, S tier should be, like, you're basically, like, trying to get these wonders as fast as you can. But the Forbidden City is coming up soon, and, like, that is a wonder that I always try to get. Like, that is, like, I'll go out of my way to build it. Right? But Big Ben, I don't do. Even though Big Ben's God tier. Like, that's gotta be S tier. You cannot say Big Ben is an S tier. That's the issue. It's like, objectively... Okay. Objectively, the Eiffel Tower should be an A tier. That's what I'm trying to say. For me, I don't value it that much. I'd probably put it, like, if this was my list of, like priority to least priority, I'd probably put it in the middle. Like, I'll still get it. It's still a nice wonder to get, but it's not, like, useless in my opinion, but... Objectively, I think it's A tier wonder. Same as the Colosseum, Aaron. Neither of us build this Colosseum, yet this is an S tier wonder. Everyone says this is like one of the most broken wonders in the game.
No, that's a fair point.
We have to look at it like objectively. I know it's hard to do that, but like you have to do that. That makes any sense.
Yeah, you know what? I agree with that.
Estadio de Maracana. 6 culture in each city of your civilization. 2 amenities in each city of your civilization must be built on flatlands adjacent to an entertainment complex with a stadium. You get in the atomic era, professional sports. I'd say B. I think you just get this too late in the game.
Yeah. Otherwise, I would be like, this thing would be really.
It's good. Better than because it's not. It's basically the Colosseum, but you get 6 culture instead of 2 in your cities, and it's every city in your empire, not 6 tiles away from the wonder. You know what I mean? Like it's. Looking at just the stats or like the ability, it should be like it's way better than the Colosseum. It's really just the Colosseum on steroids, but you get it too late in the game for it to be like.
Yeah.
Especially by atomic era, your amenities are usually like under control. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you don't have to like if you might be, but it's like I'm just building an entertainment complex. You know, like it's not. I feel like you already have your amenity situation under control by this time, especially if you have the Colosseum, for example. So I would just put a B tier. It's still good. I don't know. You get it a little late though, unfortunately, but I'd say bottom B. I'll probably stay bottom B.
Okay, I agree with that. Etemenanki, ancient era wonder that gives you +2 science and 1 production to all marsh tiles in your empire, +1 science and +1 production to all floodplains in the city, +2 science for the wonder, and it must be built on floodplains or marsh. Okay, I feel like this is like it really depends on your spawn, but most of the time it's shit because you never build it. Yeah, I put it C? I wouldn't put it D, but C tier.
See, for me, Aaron, this is another one of those that people say it's like just a god tier wonder.
Who's saying this is a god tier wonder? How can this even be?
But I swear, go look at other tier lists. I swear, man, put this always high. We never built this, obviously. You did it right. First of all, it's like one of the earliest wonders you could get in the game. So that's nice, right? So it's not like it has a lot of longevity. I think if you have a lot of, like, if your city's on floodplains, let's say you're on a desert river and you have floodplains everywhere, it doesn't have to be I guess it doesn't have to be a desert. I'm thinking like Civ 5. Oh, desert floodplains, grassland floodplains, plain floodplains, yeah. So I think if the spawn is correct and you're getting one production, and those are usually like your farms, right? You're usually building farms. Maybe it's like a wheat. You have a wheat on a floodplain, a rice. If you're getting one science, one production on all those tiles, and the marsh is what I usually cut down marshes. Marshes are usually trash. And I feel like there's not a lot of marshes in the game to begin with. I feel like it's a pretty rare tile, like a rare terrain to find. So that part's kind of like useless. And then you get, and then you're also getting +2 science. And at this time, you maybe have like what 20 science. So you get that's already that alone is giving you 10% more science at that time. Plus the 1 science, 1 production for floodplains. I think this is it's spawn dependent though, like you said. Like you spawn near no floodplains, you're not building this one. That's the issue. And because of that, I think B tier. I think if you have a good spawn for this could go heavy.
You think this is better than? Okay, you know, I put it at bottom B. Like actually, no, above the Estadio.
Here?
Yeah, there.
That's fair. I think we're sleeping on this wonder. I will say this, and everyone watch this video. I think me and Aaron are sleeping on this wonder. And you could tell us in the comments why, but I think it's just too spawn dependent. So again, if you have no floodplains near you, you're not building this one. Especially this is so early on that you kind of have to build in your capital, right? It's not like, oh, you know, because it's like if I'm like gonna build into my second city with trash production, someone else is gonna build it. You know what I mean? It's too early that you kind of need this in your capital. And if if your capital is not floodplains, like there's no point in getting this one. Forbidden City. 5 culture, 1 wildcard poly slot must be built flatland adjacent to city center. You get it at Renaissance printing. Best wonder so far. Best wonder so far. This is such a god tier one. I always try to get this one. Always. Just a wildcard slot. There's nothing you're gonna say. A wildcard slot just god tier. And you get 5 culture on top of that, and the requirements isn't hard. Just flatland near a city center. Usually, you should have at least 1 flatland beside a city center. It's any city center. It's not like the Api Honda that's your capital. It's just any city. Like, this is just, it's good.
Yeah, it's just good.
This is good. Yeah, it's just good. And this is at the time, too, because the Renaissance is where you start getting, like, the tier 2 governments, like the Emergence Republic and stuff. So then you're just getting, like, an extra policy. You're already getting, like, expanded government, and it's just giving you an extra wild card. Yeah, like, this is just god tier. I think this is the best wonder in the game, if I'm being honest.
Okay.
Always try to build this if you can.
Golden Gate Bridge. So it's a modern era wonder. +3 amenities from entertainment, +4 appeal to all tiles in the city, 100% improvement on tourism from national parks in the city, acts as a modern road, and it's a bridge, essentially, so you don't have to embark or disembark.
Yeah.
Requirements for it must be on the coast, and the bridge must run straight across a hex between 2 land tiles directly opposed, so like a bridge, essentially, and there must be water beside it on both sides. Honestly, I don't think of this in like the culture or the game building sense. I very rarely build it, but if I do, it's for like either like strategic reasons. It's like I need to cross this narrow sea to get across it, or for trade routes, or for roleplay. I'm like, yo, I want this bridge here for like for my Civ.
the only thing, it's just the build. It's just ridiculous. You get it in it's just. I think this is not a good one. I think this is D tier. Tourism from national parks in the city is already hard because national parks are just. I think the national parks are already hard to get. So to have like a national park and the fucking like the requirements of this is like almost like bro, look how long that shit is. So much. More appeal to all tiles in the city. I guess that would make it easy to get a national park in the city though. I'll put it above. I'll put it above C. Now that I've read that, because that actually goes with national parks. I think just the requirements are hard because it's very like super map dependent because like that's I think just a hard requirement to get really. Great Bath, 3 housing, 1 amenity from entertainment. The floodplain tiles along this river containing the wonder become immune to flood damage, which is good too. I'm just gonna put this out there because you don't get damage to buttresses, which is I think the medieval era. At the cost of reducing food and production bonus from flooding by 50%, but floodplains tiles belonging to the city gain 1 faith for each time flood damage is mitigated. And you only have to build it on a floodplain. And you get it pottery in the ancient era. I think this is literally the first one that you can build in the game. I think it's pretty good. It gives you 3 housing and an amenity, right? So it's just a nice, like, it's if you build it in your city, you don't have to worry about housing as much early on. And then it's just, you don't have to worry about floods. You don't have to get Liang in the city. You know, like it's like it's like a dam you get in the ancient era. It's super good. The only problem is obviously the flood damage at the cost of reducing the food and production you get from it. But not having your tiles damage, I think, is good. And then you get the one faith, which I guess is nice too. This is pretty solid. I would put this B tier somewhere.
Okay, I was gonna say that I never build this, and the reason why is I like the dams to.
Oh, for the electricity.
Yeah, that's why.
But can you not build a dam on a tile that has like on a river that has this wonder? Because it doesn't say it acts as a dam.
I thought it does say that. Okay, yeah, somebody said you still get the bonus. Okay, wait. I didn't even know that. Okay, you know what? Then I actually rate this even more. Because otherwise I would have never, maybe I should build this more often now.
It says, due to the dam and aqueduct placement rule, they will have to go on the exact same floodplain tiles, destroying the faith yields created so far. Not to mention that it actually acts as a dam in the first place by preventing flood damage. In addition to devoting early production, if you want to receive the flood bonus, you could end up sacrificing a good amount of production later in the game. So yeah, you can put a dam on this, but it says it gets rid of the faith for some reason. I don't know why it says that. Okay, you know what? Okay, because I literally just read the wiki. This is true. What it says here is that it's an early investment because it's the first wonder in the game. It's an early investment that you could be building settlers, builders, military units, like it's like if you're going for this wonder and you're one turn off and then someone gets it before you, that's detriment. That could ruin your entire game because you'd just be so behind. You know what I mean? Yeah. I would still put this B tier. And also, you know what it says here too? It says, acting as an early dam, the Great Bath will ensure safety from floods without the fear of spy offensives flooding the valley. Because it's like think of it, because it's a dam that can't get breached, right? So that's really good too. I'm still putting this B tier. All the shit we talked about and how good it is, I think it'll be B tier. I think I put it above the Colossus.
Okay. I can agree with that.
Yeah. Like, again, the early game commitment, though, is, yeah, like, if you don't get this wonder, if you're trying to go for this wonder and you're building it and someone steals it from you, that is pretty detrimental. Especially, yeah, at this time, you get in pottery, bro. Like, that's, like, one of the first fucking techs you get. So you're building, you want to build settlers, you want to expand, maybe you want to settle or block someone, like, get to a place before them, and if you're too busy building this, you can't do that. So, I think B tier is pretty safe for it.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's good for me. Great Library, Classical Era Wonder, +2 Science, +1 Great Scientist point per turn, +2 Great Works of Writing slots. Receives a boost to all ancient and classical era technology, and you get another writer. Oh, you get a Great Writer point per turn, and you receive a random tech boost after another player recruits a Great Scientist. And it must be on a flat land adjacent to a campus with a library, so same as Oxford that way.
Yeah.
Okay, the earlier you get this, the better it is. The longer you wait, the worse it is. That's...
Yeah, but you do get in the classical, and someone always gets this. Like, this isn't a wonder that usually isn't slept on. Like, people usually get this wonder. Like, by the medieval, I feel like someone has this wonder. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is definitely not a wonder people, like, skip on. It's good. It's good. It's maybe bottom A? I don't know.
I think...
It's really... Okay, 2 Great Works of Writing is just nice. That's just an extra bonus. And the Writer point, just an extra bonus. 1 Scientist point is pretty good, especially early on. But you're probably getting, like, 1 from your library or 1 from your campus or whatever, and then you're getting 2+, or you're getting 2 from, like, mysticism. So 1 scientist point is good. You basically get you more great scientists early on. 2 science is nice. But I think it's receive a random tech boost when another player recruits a great scientist. That's really good. Because you just get random boosts, you know what I mean? Like, especially a lot of the great scientists is just like, boost 3 techs from the classical era, right? Like, this is just giving you that. You're at least getting 1 of those. Obviously, the great scientist is more valuable than that, but it's still like, you can't get them all. It's basically that. You can't get all of them. The requirements are easy to get. You get it early on, so this could make you start snowballing pretty hard. It might be above the Eiffel Tower. It could even be above Broadway.
I would say...
Maybe even above the Opera.
I think it's below Broadway.
Below Broadway? Okay. I want to put it above Broadway, but it's okay. I'm okay with it there. It's definitely A tier. This is one of those wonders. Like, the thing is, I like this wonder, and I think I would go for it more. But I'm always like, oh, someone else is getting it, so I never get it. That's my always fear. I'm like, I don't want to waste the production getting this wonder. And the thing is, too, I will also culture, right? So I don't need to worry on science as much because I'm trying to do like a culture game. I'm trying to get like the oracle.
Oh yeah,
I'm trying to go for more like culture wonder. Like like I'm like I could build like amphitheaters or I could build theater squares instead of getting this wonder. But it's still a solid wonder. But I always feel like, and again, it always gets swept up pretty fast. Like a lot of people go for this wonder, so it's harder to you have to commit to it. Is basically what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, it's so easy to get that. Like that's why it's just free. Like if you get it early, it's just benefits you. Like it's so easy.
Yeah, yeah, that's exactly what it is. But because of that, though, it's attractive, and a lot of people go for it. So it's more of a risk for going in it because someone might build this before you. Great Lighthouse. 3 gold, 1 great animal point per turn, 1 movement for all naval units. Must be built on the coast, adjacent to a harbor, district with a lighthouse. You get it in classical era, celestial navigation. As everyone says, navies aren't the best in this game, which is just, I think it's an objective truth in Civ 6, unfortunately, because navies are fun, let's be real. When you're making a navy, they're fun, but they are pretty useless, because harbors don't have to be beside, like, I don't know. Harbors could be built like 3 tiles away, which is stupid in my opinion, but whatever. It's not bad. Like having one, because that's what it did in Civ 5 too. I think it gives you all your units, all your naval units, 1+ sight, 1+ movement. I think that's what it did in Civ 6.
1+ sight would be really good.
Or naval units. I think that's what it did. It might have just been the movement, but I think it gave you 1+ sight too. Either way though, it was more valuable there because I feel like, again, like navies just meant more. And then there was like frigate rushing, like that was the strategy in Civ 5, so obviously it had like extra stuff there too. Because navies kind of suck in this game, C tier. Like right here.
Yeah. Could be there. Great Zimbabwe, Renaissance era wonder. +5 gold, +2 great merchant points, +1 trader capacity, and your trader routes from the city get +2 gold for every bonus resource in this city's territory, and it must be adjacent to cattle and commercial district with the market. Because this is kind of difficult to build, and the rewards are like meh. Like even the +2 gold from trader house, it has to be from that city. I put like my trader house like 1 in each city, so
there's one for the roads. Yeah, it would be nice if it was overall. If you probably have at least 2 bonus resources. You get at least 4 gold from every trade route from the city, +5 gold.
+4 is not worth it for a wonder. Even the trader out.
I think the thing that holds this wonder back the most though is the requirements to. I never like there's so many games where this wonder just never gets built. Because the requirements are beside cattle, beside a commercial. Like it's such a weird. I think it's because in real life it was like a giant like they used cows to buy stuff. I remember I learned about this. I've learned about this wonder. Like it's like a city. It's not a wonder. It's like a city. But they use like cows as like currency or something, or they used it to trade, or they had like there's something stupid. Anyway, I think this is like C tier. I don't know. I think it's better than the Golden Gate Bridge though. Is it worse? Is it worse than 3 governor titles?
I think it's better than that. I think it's after Chichen Itza. That's what I think.
So you're here. Is where you want to put it.
Yeah.
I think it's too hard to build. I think it's just too hard to build. That's the issue.
Nah, it's not that. I build commercial hubs in every city, so.
Yeah, but beside a cattle, like that's so specific. Aaron, I swear to God, like 80% of the games I play, no one ever builds this.
It's okay. I'd put it there.
I'm gonna put it behind the Great Lighthouse because I think even though navies are not the greatest, I think the Great Lighthouse is still better. And you're still getting 3 gold from it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like it's just 2 merchant points actually is not bad. Now that I'm looking at, I think it's just the requirements make it too hard. If it was just like built beside a commercial hub and that's it, and like you don't need the cattle, I would maybe even put this B tier. I think that requirement just make it so much more niche to get that it's just not as good.
Okay, well we can put it there. Okay. I when I do build it, I like it. When I see I can build it, I'm like, oh man, I can build this finally.
That's what I'm saying though. You're like, fuck it, like that's what 1 in 10 games, 1 in 20 games, like it never happens. Hagia Sophia, 4 faith, missionaries and apostles can spread religion 1 extra time. Must be on a flat land adjacent to a holy site district, and player must have founded a religion. And you get the medieval era, it buttresses. We don't know a lot about religion, so these religion ones we're probably gonna go through quick. This is so good, bro. Because the odd time I do go religion, like I've gone religion, I should say, having an extra spread of religion is crazy. And missionaries and apostles, I think this has to be S tier.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? I'll put it A. I'll put it under Alhambra, simply because this is only good for religion. Like if I'm going any other culture, any other victory, I mean, it doesn't matter. But I guess you can say that anything.
I heard it's really good, so I'll
go. The problem is it's only for one. Like these 3 could help you with any. Like the 3 we have in S right now, it could help you with any victory really. Like this is really good, but it's only really good for one victory type.
Okay, then we could put it A.
That's like A. I think behind the Alhambra. I think because the military policy slot is still.
I think it's in front of Eiffel Tower.
No, that's no, because I guess because science is more valuable than religion. But it's such a good. You don't understand. If you're going to a religion game, you want this wonder. That's.
I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying it's.
I think that's too low. I think that's too low. We're gonna put it. Okay, you want to put 1, 2, 3 before they have that or after that? After that, you want to put it.
It's better than it.
Okay, so you want to put it here. So it's goes 3 behind. I'll put it there then, because I think it should be. I should think it should be higher. So I'll put it there. I'll put it in front of the Great Library. And I feel like this wonder isn't contested as much too, because if you're not going to religion, you just don't build it, right? And you need a religion too. So like, even in like a normal game, I think it's like, say you do a small map with 6 people, I think it's only 4 religions could be founded. So already off the rip, 2 people cannot build this wonder. So it's already 2 less people to compete to get this wonder. I think it's God. Like, that's probably the best religious wonder. I think there's a religious wonder that gives you like 20% faith in the city. That's could also be really good, but this is just super good. It's 18.
Hanging Gardens, ancient era wonder, increases growth by 15% in all cities, +2 housing, and must be built next to a river. It's a fairly simple requirement. The one that Anchor Wat, that's it. That gives you more population. This increases it, but to more than I feel increases it more than 1 person. It's 15% throughout the whole game. Will just give you more than 1 pop, but no extra house or +2 housing in that city, but no extra housing in all the other cities. So you can grow faster, which is why in the early game this can be seen as more valuable. But then you're going to, I feel, maybe have the amenities issue, and you can't stop it later. You don't even know exactly how much it's going to give you, but it's going to give you a lot.
Yeah, I think this is. I'll be honest. I think this is mediocre. This is a mediocre one, in my opinion. I think this is like B tier. It's like I don't even try to get this. But again, yeah. But the thing is, again, subjective. Like that's like subjective. Because maybe people like have whole strategies built around this, whatever. Like I think Agner Watt is better than this. I'm not even joking. I think Agner Watt is a better one. Because just getting that, because I don't get you 1+ housing in all your cities and 1 population.
You put it bottom B, or actually above Estadio.
Yeah. So I think too. That's exactly where I would put it. That's exactly where I would put it. It's just I think it's just mediocre. It's just like a mediocre one. Okay, Hermitage. 3 great artist points per turn. 4 great works of art. Slots must be built next to a river on a non-desert and non-tundra tile. I didn't even know that. I knew it had to be built. I didn't know it couldn't be built in the desert or the tundra. And industrial. You got an industrial era, natural history. For a culture game, this is good because 4 great works of art is just good. Like usually great work slots really. And then a better balance game, it's automatically themed, which is super god tier. But this isn't better balance game. This is a base game. Normally, this B. It's a good one. I always try to get this wonder. Like, I try to get more than Bolshevik Theater, but I think Bolshevik Theater is actually a better one. Now that
for me, I if it's available late game, I get it because it's just it's a very easy requirement. It's like free.
Yeah, and just having, again, the biggest thing in culture, in my opinion, is great work slots. That's why I think the Api Honda is super good early game. Because that could really start snowballing you heavy. Plus, you get the two envoys and stuff. Like, it's just super good. This is, again, it's 4 great works of art, too, which is good. So that's on, because artists give you 3 art. So it's an artist and +1. It's solid. I'm not putting it in A. Even as the culture player, I'm not putting this A tier. It's probably there. Behind Bolshevik Theater.
What's the one on the right of it? The one that gives you the envoys?
No, that's this one. This is the Great Bath. This is the dam, the early dam.
Okay, I could keep it there.